I've got lots of people to thank for comments. Vicky Busy Bee, she lives in Australia and she is also going to Rachel's class, so I'm excited about that. Lulu, she suggested that I keep my glue sticks in baggies to help them from drying out, so I loved that comment. Danny lives in Quebec and she's a new subscriber. Vern at Triple V Vintage. If any of you need coffee stained paper, go over to her Etsy store. She has the absolute best out there. Linda lives in California. Sherry asked if I was going to do a review on liquid glues, and I think I said in a previous video that I was not going to because I only use two 3-in-1 glue and art glitter glue. Christina Creates. I'm going to be staying with her in Melbourne. She's also going to Rachel's class and we're going to drive up together. Let's see here. Donnie lives in Scotland. It was fun to find that out. Lorna lives in the UK. The Posh Maniac, she is a retired nurse. Thank you for your comment. Everybody had made comments on my videos. SJ, she's the one that said it was a magic portal and not a room with my craft studio. A-Word, she's a new subby. Linny also has Wheaton's, which is what Fiona is. Create and Craft with Christine. She is also going to the retreat, so I'm excited about being able to meet her. Bluebird Farms, she also has 2 Wheatons. A special thanks to Janet, who sent me a super thanks. That is where you could support my channel monetarily. She sent me a little bit of money. So Janet, please send me your address via my email. I would like to send you a little happy mail. And then this gal made by Granith, she lives in Sweden. So let's get started on today's video. Well, hello everyone, and thanks for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner. In today's video, I thought I would start a small little series of just quick little tips that I have. And so as you can see laid out here on my kitchen counter is a bunch of butterflies. And I ordered these packs of butterflies some time ago. Oh, I would say probably a good year or so ago, but I never used them because there was so much white around the edge and I just didn't ever do anything with them. So what I'm going to do is just coffee stain all of them at once. So I'm laying them out on a piece of just what's this paper called? Painter's paper on my kitchen counter. It's what I use all the time for, spraying, and it's a hot mess. Well, not really a hot mess, but I will be able to use it at some point in backgrounds. So I'm just laying all of these down, and then I have some coffee that I had already made. Now, this is another quick tip. If you make coffee and you don't want it to get moldy, if you don't use it all, just put it in. I put mine into just a mason jar here, and I put it in the refrigerator. So now I've poured some into one of the Tim Holtz spray bottles, and basically all I'm going to do is, if this would work, what's going on with it? Let me put the camera on hold and let me see what's, oh, is there something I'm supposed to do? Oh, yes. There's a little, if you guys don't know that, there's a little bit of a thing there that you can unlock. I didn't know that. So there's, in these spray bottles, there's a little button here, and you can go that way and it locks it. Go that way and it unlocks it. So I didn't know that. Or either that or I had forgot about it. So it kind of, the spray kind of goes everywhere and flips the, let me go up high, flips the butterflies over. So I'm just going to spend some time here spraying all these. Maybe once I get a little bit of spray down, they'll stop flying all over the place. But I'm just going to make sure that they're all sprayed. Now these are stickers, so it may affect the stickiness of the back, but I always glue my either washi tape or stickers. I always add a little bit more glue just because I don't want to have them come off of whatever page I'm using. So and I may have to do a couple of coats just because in case I miss one. You can hear Miss Sweet Fiona in the background. And I just want to tell you guys as I'm doing this, I appreciate everybody who's made comments about my sweet little dog. You guys are just the absolute loveliest people. I must admit though, and I'm going to bring this up just because, you know, I feel so sad for people that are so unhappy in their life that they feel like they have to say something negative. One lady, and I'm sure she's probably unsubscribed from me, but you know, that's life as a YouTuber. She actually said in my storage craft room video that Fiona playing with her toy had ruined the video. And, you know, I just cannot let things go sometimes. I have no filter. I've always been a straight shooter. I tell people exactly the way I feel. And so I was curious. I thought, well, you know, and if you guys remember from that video, I did put her then in her kennel because, yeah, she was a little bit loud. I could hear her and she was distracting. So I went back in the video and I looked and I timed it. And what did I figure out? It was like 46 seconds or 43 seconds that she was squeaking her toy. So, and the whole video was something like 40 minutes. So 46 seconds on a 40-minute video. But anyway, the majority of you talked about how cute she was, and that even one lady said that when she was squeaking her toy, that her dog had heard the squeaking toy and was looking at the TV and wondering where that squeakiness had come from. So, you know what? Try to stay, and I know, again, you know, there was an old saying, my mother used to say it all the time, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. And so, you know, I apologize to that lady that I felt like, you know, she felt like the video had been ruined by Miss Fiona. But that's sad that she could not find the joy in watching a puppy play with a toy. Anyway, back to the business at hand. So this is pretty much all sprayed down. And so now I will just leave these to dry, and then we'll come back and see if there's any more spraying that we need to do. But I think it's pretty well done, and we'll see what they look like when I'm done. So all of my butterflies have dried from my coffee, and you can see that they all have a really nice little coffee stain around them. A lot of that whiteness has disappeared. So I'm going to make a little journal card right now and to show you how nice they look. So now I've put all of my butterflies into my ephemera holder. And so let's make a card. Let's make a journaling card. So this is one of the Medieval Mirages, Feast of Florals. And I have just backed it with some masterboard here. And let's pick out a butterfly that would go good. Let's see, about a blue one maybe. Turquoise one. No, doesn't jump out at me. Let's see about a pink one. So-so. Maybe let's do purple since there's some purple. Oh yeah, I like that. So we've got our butterfly. And then the other thing, I want to put something behind it. Let me pull out this is my Florentine paper scraps. And just right here on top, there's a piece of blue and gold. Let's see what that looks like back behind it. And I'm just going to tear it a little bit so it's not so even. It was initially cut with a paper trimmer. So let's just tear this ever so slightly. I don't know if I like it now. Let me see about the other piece. That was a little bit longer. See if I need a longer, thinner piece. Maybe let's just tear this down a little bit here. Yeah, I think I like that better. Just adds a little bit more color into the card. There sure were a lot of comments on the glue review that I did, and a lot of fantastic comments. There were several people that said that they felt hands down the Pritt glue was very good. So I think I'm going to give that another little try. I think I am going to just ink this up just a tiny bit around the edge, just so it stands up. And get this peeled off. Now, if you didn't like as much as the color around it, you could trim around it. It actually feels still pretty sticky, but I'm going to add a little more glue stick just to make sure. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to show you guys is I'm going to have to wipe that off. But do you see how the color here is almost the color as this? So instead of being white, it did color it with that, with the coffee. See if I can get that. I don't have a baby wipe out. And then let's chop these corners off decoratively. And so I hope this little tip helped you guys. You know, it only took me, you know, basically a day to have everything dry. One more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a Tracy label and add that. Yeah, I'll just go there. So like I said, I'm going to try to do this series every Thursday. I'm going to call it Quick Tip Thursday, and I'm going to keep the videos down to 15 minutes or less. We'll just add that right there. So like always, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys again soon. Thanks, and bye-bye.